All right, guys, quick debrief for today's workout. It is Thursday, April 30th. April 30th. So for the warm-up, you're just going to set a clock so that you can time your arch body holds and your bent hollow holds. And what you're going to do, you're just going to work through 3 to 4 rounds of the movements that are listed there. So for the arch body hold, I'll show you that one. For the inchworms, I'm going to show you a version that we want you to do today. And then for the hollow body holds, I will show you that one as well. So the arch body holds are actually going to be in like a pulsing movement today. Move far enough back so you can see me. So you're going to come up and then just let yourself come back down, but try and stay under tension the whole time. So you're going to come up, back down with control, up into that arch, back down with control. You'll be doing that movement for 20 seconds. From there, pressing back to your feet. And for the inchworm, you're going to go through the full like yoga flow for this one. So reaching to your toes first, hang out there for a bit. Don't rush through these today. Stretching out through the hamstrings first. Walk out into that plank position. From there, taking your time, you're going to lower into that upward dog, keeping the hips down, really pulling the shoulders back and down with this one. And then hips coming high, pressing the head through. Hold this stretch for a few seconds. And then your hands coming back to your feet to keep this movement stationary. You can come back to standing and then start into the next one. 5 inchworms. The bent hollow hold. You'll keep your legs bent and your arms either reaching forward or overhead, depending which level you're at with this. If you're reaching forward, you're going to hold here for 20 seconds. If you have those hands overhead, you'll hold here for 20 seconds. Once you get through that hold, just start over. You're going to work through, like I said, 3 to 4 rounds of that. For the workout, Tabata mashup, I think they called it. I'm just going to go over the rep scheme with you and the times that we want you to be working and resting today for this one. We did change it up a bit. There's a little bit of confusion today, but if you're doing this on your own and you see this video, just follow this time frame. So what you're going to do, you're going to double the time that you're under tension, but you're also going to double the time that you're resting. So it kind of turns into like an EMOM. What you're going to do, the first movements, A1 and A2, that means you're alternating between those 2 movements. B1 and B2, after you rest 2 minutes, you're going to alternate between those 2 movements. It's 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest, alternating between the movements, so you'll end up doing 4 rounds of each, so it'll be 8 minutes total in each section. So 8 minutes of work, 2 minutes of rest, 8 minutes of work, and then you're done. So for those first 2 movements, it's going to be that arch body hold. I'm going to show you a couple options for this one. If you're one of those people who get lower back tension in this movement, try not to force it too much. If you're sitting in that hold position with your back aching the whole time, there's no need to put yourself into that pain for this movement. So I'm going to give you a couple options to help that, and also an option to just kind of do a different movement if it's better for you. So arch body hold, you'll be holding in this position for the 40 seconds. So we're no longer pulsing in this arch. You're just holding the position for 40 seconds if you can. You could also change this where if you really want to focus on pressing the hips down, you can keep your feet grounded and just think about pulling your chest off of the ground, your shoulders back and down. This may take some of that tension out of your lower back if you're having a hard time engaging your glutes to lift those legs. The other option is to come into an active glute bridge hold. So you'd be lying on your back for this one. I did this one today because I was getting a bit achy in my lower back. You're going to bring your feet in as close to your bum as you can. From there, you're going to press the hips high, come into a glute bridge. And then you're thinking about keeping as much tension through the hamstrings as you can. So keep thinking about pulling your heels in. They're not going to move. Keep tension through the hamstrings, holding here as active as you can be. Glutes are engaged for that full 40 seconds. So that's the arch hold, or options for it. 40 seconds of work, rest for 20 seconds, and then on the minute, you're going to go to that next movement, which is going to be a plank hold or plank rotations. Plank hold, active plank, strong through the shoulders, strong through the legs. Plank rotations. If you ever do my conditioning classes, we do these a lot. You're in that plank position, alternating into side plank, back to plank position, and then into side plank again. If you're doing this movement, it's not meant to be rushed. Stabilize through that shoulder on one side, hand down to the other side. 40 seconds, just back and forth. Rest for 20 seconds, and you're back to the arch body hold or the glute bridge hold, whichever is best for you today. From there, you're gonna rest 2 minutes. Once you get through 8 minutes of that, 4 rounds of each, rest 2 minutes. The next part, kettlebell swings and push-ups. This one got spicy. For the kettlebell swings, just to eye level today. If you have a kettlebell, hinge through the hip, kettlebell to eye level for 40 seconds. If you have a dumbbell, you can hold that dumbbell by the bigger part of it, only on one side, and swing that way. If you have 2 light dumbbells, trying to look for something that looks like 2 light dumbbells, I can't find anything. If you have 2 light dumbbells, you're gonna hold them around where you would normally hold a dumbbell, and you're gonna squeeze them together. So think of a devil's press. You're squeezing them together, active through your arms the whole time. Make those 2 dumbbells a kettlebell. From there, squeezing them together, everything else stays the same. The arms are gonna stay straight, you're gonna hinge through the hip, and swinging to eye level, keeping that tension in the arms to keep the dumbbells pressed together. So those are some options for the kettlebell swings. Next one is push-ups. We've been doing a ton of push-ups. I think you guys know your progressions for this one. Try and pick a movement, a progression, where you can get at least 10 reps in before you have to take rest. So it's even more, you may have time for even more if you're doing these pretty quickly, but try not to make it too challenging, because remember, you're working for 40 seconds and only resting for 20, alternating between kettlebell swings and push-ups for the last 8 minutes. Accessory work today is that single leg squat. So you're going to come down and back either onto a bench or chair. You could also do these as a regular pistol. I just want to go over one thing quickly. If you're going to a bench or chair, we want to see control all the way down. So my chair ended up getting a bit too low today. I was trying my best to control, but you're going to come down in control until you hit your chair. Just a little tap. Don't relax. Stay active. Stay under tension, and then pressing back up to standing. So control on the way down, tiny tap, and then back up into that standing position. Try and keep the chest up. Send that hip back and down. Little tap on the edge of the chair, and then press right back to standing. 6 to 8 reps on one leg. You'll switch. 6 to 8 reps on the other leg. Take a little bit of rest. You're gonna do 4 to 6 sets of that. Okay guys, enjoy that one. Bye-bye.